How to make pound cake. When it comes to the naming game, pound cake seems to have lost out to its more colorfully named sisters, Black Forest, Tiramisu, and San Rival. The pound cake's moniker is as no-nonsense as it can get, derived from the classic recipe, which calls for a pound of flour, a pound of eggs, a pound of butter, and a pound of sugar. However, the pound cake has survived generations of dessert lovers because of its very simplicity. It goes perfectly with everything, uncomplainingly playing the supporting role to any kind of glaze, sauce, or sugared fruits that the baker wants to showcase. It's the little black dress among cakes. You can dress it up or down, and it will never fail to make you look good. If you can only learn to make one kind of cake for the rest of your life, pick this one. It's the perfect blank canvas for virtually any dessert flavoring, and though it may look plain, it can be quite moist and flavorful when done right. Here's how to make pound cake. 1. To make a scrumptious pound cake, you will need the following ingredients: 4 large eggs, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 sticks of unsalted butter softened at room temperature, 1 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You will need a little extra butter and flour to prep the pan. 2. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. 3. Take a 6-cup loaf pan and butter it generously. Sprinkle flour liberally, making sure that the sides and corners are coated as well. Set this aside while you prepare the batter. 4. With the electric mixer on high, beat the butter and sugar together until light and creamy. You will want to take your time with this because the fluffiness of the sweetened butter will really determine how light your pound cake turns out. 5. Once the butter mixture starts looking cloudy, it's time to add the eggs one at a time. Make sure that each egg is well mixed in before adding the next. 6. Add the salt and vanilla as well. 7. Switch the mixer setting to low and gradually start adding in the flour. The important thing to remember is that over-mixing flour activates the gluten, which will toughen up the cake during baking. Make sure that you beat the batter lightly, stopping as soon as the flour is combined. 8. Pour the batter into the pre-prepared loaf pan and bake for about an hour. If you find that your pound cake seems to be browning too soon, you can tent the loaf pan with a sheet of foil. Your cake is done when a cake tester, or a toothpick inserted in the middle, comes out clean. 9. Take the pan out of the oven and let it sit for 15 minutes. Afterwards, ease the pound cake out by gently inverting onto a clean plate. Place on top of a wire rack to allow it to completely cool. Pound cake keeps very well. It can sit for several days at room temperature and will last up to 2 months when frozen. Now that you know how to make pound cake, you can play with an almost infinite number of flavor combinations, like chocolate and coconut, vanilla and mascarpone, truffle oil and walnut, etc. Or, if you would like to keep it a little more low-key, you can opt to serve pound cake on its own, with nothing more than just a light sprinkling of powdered sugar, cinnamon, or cocoa powder.